Hello, everyone. Coach Jess here with FillYourBooks.com. I have my amazing student, Jessica, here. She wants to share a little bit about her story. Jess, tell us a little bit about kind of who you are, where you're from, why you came to Fill Your Books.
All right, so as you know, my name is Jessica. I came to the US when I was 11. I came to New York and, we came with our family, created a whole new life. And I grew up seeing my mother doing her hair because, well, her hair and her clients, she's a hairstylist. And that inspired me to take that path, although I wasn't 100% sure. And I would say a little bit less than a year ago, I moved to Florida. So I just moved states. I was in New York, so now Florida. And I thought that it would be really hard to build a clientele from scratch because usually in this business, it takes at least a couple of years to create a very decent following. So that's when I came across Fill Your Books.
How long have you been in the industry for?
I've been in the industry for 15 years now. 15 years, so out of school.
How long did it take you to establish yourself in New York?
It took me a few years actually, because it's a little bit more, I would say, the structure is a little bit more old school. So it took me a few years with in between the assisting and all of the programs and the courses. So it took me a few years.
What did you did you specialize in anything? Is there something that you loved doing?
Yes, I specialize in balayage and blonding. I love doing blondes. I could foil all day long if I wanted.
I love it. So when you came to Florida, how long were you in Florida before you kind of decided, you know what, let me look into something, or maybe you came across Fill Your Books at that time? How long was it?
The funny thing, maybe you'll find this funny. The funny thing is that I spent 6 months of a break because I was a little bit burned out. I had a lot of work.
Yeah.
I had seen Fill Your Books advertisements since I was in New York. So it was already kind of in the back of my head. So after 6 months of not doing hair and just winding down and trying to feel a little bit positive about doing hair. Yeah. I realized that it was something that I love to do, but it took me like 6 months or so. Yeah,
that was a fast-paced environment that you were coming from, like long days. You were like full stack stylist up there. I remember you sharing with me.
Yes, yeah. Full stack stylist, and I had 10-hour days, 11-hour days, and I was overworking myself. 6 days, sometimes 7. Sometimes when we're young, we take advantage of ourselves, and then we feel it one day.
Yeah. So with that being said, and this I feel like happens with even our ideal clients too. They have to see us a couple times to finally be like, all right, what is this about? They connect with something finally, and then they go in and look into it more. And I'm sure you've had that experience a little bit with just like your process through the program. It's not always like an instant thing for people. And so for you, I'm not surprised that it took you a little bit of seeing us all the way from New York and then finally getting to a space where you're like, okay, I feel rested, rejuvenated, I'm ready to get back into it. So at that point, what were you hoping to kind of get out of Fill Your Books when you joined?
Well, when I moved from New York, I was 100% sure of my skill. I was sure that I could maintain a book, that I could hold my clients, but I wasn't really sure how to sell that on a regular setting. Like I've always been very social, but when it comes to introducing my service, either in person or online, I felt like there was like a little bit of a wall. Like I needed to have that setting where I had all of this, all of the people come into my chair, introduce myself, and that was perfect. But I knew that you guys were gonna give me the blueprint to help me do that, to get me ready for it. Yeah. So, and also like having confidence with what I was doing helped me out, get a little bit bolder, and move states and do everything from scratch basically.
Yeah. And even remember you sharing this aha moment that you had, even about your communication online, that you're like, oh, I'm doing this thing in person. I'm not doing this thing online. And that is a huge blind spot.
Yes, yes, actually, I wasn't really aware that online I was a little bit more salesy.
Mm-hmm.
Like not, like not so personal, but when people were in my chair, they could see the passion that came through me and they felt
Right.
like they could trust me. So I had to work a little bit with that. And I was glad that I saw it because I had no idea.
Yeah. Was there any other aha moments that you had throughout your journey with us?
Yes. Yes. This is like something that I come across, a little bit, throughout our life, like my life, is the whole consistency and the mindset that we have behind
Mhm.
doing absolutely anything. So having that, that consistency and doing things every single day to build the result that I want or to get to the goal that I want, that was an aha moment for me. Although we kind of know it inside and I knew it, it's almost like I wasn't able to really grasp the meaning until somebody else told me about it. Like we knew it, I knew it, but seeing somebody else do it as well helped me get that confidence as well.
Yeah, no, I love that takeaway. And I think that it reminds me of people looking at people at the gym, right? If you've never been to the gym before and you like go in, you walk in, you see these people like picking up weights, putting them down, you're like, ooh, cool, like those are goals. Like I want to be like that person. But it's more than just like picking up weights and putting them down. There's like a science, there's consistency. You have to take care of your mind too, and like your body for all of those things to work together. So it's like now you're in a space in Florida where you've been able to kind of say, you know what, that work schedule was too much for me. Now I know that like I want a different schedule. I can still make the kind of income that I want to be making and have a little bit more control so I can take care of my mindset and my mind and be consistent in my business so it reflects back to me. Like it's like a science and like a formula, right? That it's more than just like doing a strategy or doing a thing. And because even just doing the thing, your form could be wrong, right? And that's why I think you discovered with just like your approach, it was like, whoa, I'm doing it, but like I'm going about it in the wrong way and I'm like missing the target.
Yeah, 100%. And
So
that personal side of things as well, like foundation with myself, because I realized that I needed to, of course, be more personal with people online, but also with myself, be a little bit more gentle and more understanding and evaluate everything.
yeah, awesome. So would you recommend someone else like who may be able to relate to your story to come into this? Do you feel like that would help them be a good fit for them? Like, would you recommend the program for somebody else watching this?
Absolutely. I recommend the program to everybody because because when you come out of school, because I know that a lot of people will take this program in different stages of their career, even beginning.
Mm,
I would recommend it because I know that when you get out of school, you don't get taught this. You don't get taught how to get the clients and how to maintain that and how to grow. So I do see everybody benefiting from Failure Books for sure.
awesome. So catch us up to speed as to like where you are now, like what business looks like, what you kind of see for yourself in the future.
Okay, so I started. I was working I was working kind of from home since June, but when I joined Failure Books at the end of June, since then, I started I rented my booth and I started working sometime in July, at the end of July. And on the first month I feel out of my 10,000 goal a month, I built around 6,000, 7,000. I feel like that happened fast. And
Yeah.
then on the 2 months, I've already booked 10,000 and I've booked myself all the way until January. I
Oh
mean,
my
I
God.
yes, I
Yes.
still have, you know, some things in between, but I've filled myself already until, you know, sometime in January. I already have appointments in January.
That is amazing, especially because we were just saying how it can take somebody a while. I feel like you kind of took your peaks and you shortened the distance in between, you know, whereas that could have been like a long time just like working and trying to work your way back up, you know. What's
Yeah.
your dog's name, by the way?
This is Bruno.
Bruno. Yes, I know. Everyone needs to know Bruno because he's one, I love his name, and two, look at him. He's so upset about something.
The attention.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's not getting the attention. That's why.
Bruno.
But okay, Bruno, relax. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyways, so I booked myself until January, and yeah, so I booked myself. I still have, you know, some time in between, but I have appointments until January as of now.
That's amazing.
I'm excited, and I feel like that would have taken me so many years, at least 2 years in a regular setting.
Yeah, I remember even like the first week of August, you were sharing that you had booked like 15 appointments
Yes.
for that time. That like I've enjoyed watching your journey. I appreciate you sharing it with us today, and I hope that it resonates with someone. And if anyone is watching this and you're interested in joining Fill Your Books or just want to have the conversation, we would love to meet you. So just head over to fillyourbooks.com, watch some more of the testimonials like Jess's, fill out an application, and then you can chat with one of our success coach coordinators, our enrollment coordinators, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much, Jess.
Bye. Thank you.